Well, I did my training, my fellowship training in allergy immunology right across the street at the University of Texas Health Science Center. And I knew I was purchasing a practice right here across the street. And so we began to do clinical research during my fellowship. We were one of the first centers to actually do that in the early 80s. And I really enjoyed it and spoke to some of the pharmaceutical sponsors we were working with and said, hey, I'll be right across the street and I'll have a decent sized practice. How about if you ever need another site in San Antonio, give me a call. And 6 weeks after I started, I had my first ragweed study. We did a great job, and a couple months later, we had our first mountain cedar study. And from that point on, once we did a good job, people kept calling, and it just kept magnifying. I had a full-time private practice for 27 years, but over the past several years, I have sort of divested myself of the practice, and I've begun to do the research more on a full-time basis. The reason for that is it's really gotten so difficult and regulated over the past several years that it really requires me to be here full time and do it. You've seen yourself some of the paperwork and regimentation that goes on. It's not something you can do part time anymore, and so I decided after all those years in practice that this was a good opportunity for me to cut back a little bit but still do something that I really enjoy.